Hello there, I'm Sue Dray. I am your drawing tutor this term, and I'm going to run you through some classes of experimental drawing techniques and hopefully get you sort of inspired in regards to how you find your source material. Obviously we can't draw from a model, so we will be drawing from photographs, and rather than actually just take a photograph out of a magazine, I want us to create our own source material through collaging images. So you've got your magazines and we're going to go through them, have a look at all the images, cut out sections of the body and recreate our own template to draw from. It's a sort of a liberating exercise to do because you're actually the master of your own drawing. Then you are creating the image, or your own sort of art director, hair and makeup artist, stylist, photographer, and then ultimate creator. So it's kind of fun, and it's something you can do over and over and over again, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. So here we go, and let's all have fun. Okay, just because we're going to now kind of look through magazines and just find anything that takes our fancy, really. I mean, it is I don't have a preconceived idea too much of what you're doing. I kind of like this little girl's head. I like those big doe eyes that she's got. We might be able to use those in something. For all sorts. We're actually looking for a full figure as well, but while we're going through the magazine, it's always to have a good start with a figure, because we're going to be cutting up, we're going to be cutting them up, so putting them all together, like I said, it's kind of like we're recreating, we're assembling our own figure cut out of all sorts of other figures. I mean, that's almost, look, that's what we're doing. Now they're just cutting it in strips, which is actually really interesting. Can you see that? It's kind of already been stripped out and they're making a whole figure out of it. So it's kind of a really nice example of how you might do something, and that's done slightly differently. It's also rather lovely. This is kind of a silhouette, and then they're sort of painting in the silhouette of the dress, which again is kind of nice composition. That's Celia Karlstead, actually quite a successful fashion illustrator. That's rather lovely, isn't it? These lips are good. You can always put lips upside down. Put those lips back on or upside down. It's great, isn't it? Just doing that's quite fun. You know, and even just doing something like as simple as cutting her eye out. Actually, that's not that. Cutting her eye out, turning her eye upside down, and her lips upside down. And straight away, you've got change that. You've got a sort of like a much more interesting, straight away. You know, we haven't done it very much. We've just got this great, interesting face to draw from. So everything is a little bit kooky, and we can, you know, keep adding to this as well if we wanted to. But I might just take all that off, because that might be fun to do later. As you can see here, I put together some magazine images, all collaged together. Well, I'm going to draw from this now. I'm going to trace it first, then I'm going to draw it freehand. Okay, so the next one's going to be the freehand tracing drawing. Okay, so just quickly to trace that one and kind of change things around. Like you can see, I've actually moved this leg even further. But just going back to that, what we were doing to begin with. So we can see roughly the angle of the head that's going straight into the body like this. And look at those eyes. They really are at another angle, almost going like completely like a cross in that direction. And the body is then kind of, you know, the arms are at the, I suppose we want to go from that point, the shoulder, to her bum. We've got a little bit of a line coming here. And then from her bum straight out to her knee, another zigzag there, and from the knee coming down to the foot. So we've got quite nice, like, you know, shapes going on already. And I'm just doing this to familiarize myself with the sort of energy level that's going through the body. Okay, and then these arms are coming out at the side here. Okay, so now I've actually traced the drawing. It's quite nice to do both tracing and a drawing. I'm going to be drawing freehand now, and I'm really going to start to have a little bit of fun with really pushing those angles even further, trying to sort of maybe change our body, make it a bit longer, a little bit more fluid, really get the body coming forward, as you can see me doing just then, and really like focusing on all those lovely angles that I want to exaggerate and a little bit of artist license on, because we can do it. And we got the luxury, so we've made our own template, we've put it together through all these cut-out magazines, and now we literally are going to draw from it. So we've got our own photograph to work from, which is fantastic. They can do whatever you want them to do. You can have them dancing and, you know, spinning tops or whatever. So it's a lovely way of making your own template to work from. And here I'm adding more paper because I want to make the foot longer. And so that, you know, if you haven't got enough paper, make sure you just keep adding it. Don't worry. And I've got the drawing there, but I am working from actually the collaged image. And then we can trace this down, if and then do another little. I might do a little ink pen and drawing, ink and pen drawing of this one, to show you how you can then translate this into another painting. So you've got your collage, then you've got your tracing to familiarize yourself with the drawing, the pose, and then you've got the freestyle drawing, which you can exaggerate and pull about a little bit more. All right, so this is our exercise for today. Trace down my drawing from here. So I traced that original drawing that I did, and traced it down onto a piece of paper. So I've got the rough lines of it down, and now I'm just going to put down very liberally. It's a different kind of drawing from the other one I did. Just very liberally, just kind of put down.
What it has. Been doing some whining. Now I'm doing some finding.
Well, now I go in with my line, so you'll see how I'm using a dip pen, and it's lovely.
To you I'm blind, something inside, say you don't mind. Well, it gets you so bad that a doormat sees better times. But there's time to get back and think up some better lines. Been doing some growing, but I'm scared of you going. So say you don't mind to let me off this. Say you don't mind to let me off this time. Say you don't mind. Say you don't mind.
Okay, so that was the first one, this example. This is the second, and I'm very quickly putting together here my next collage of all the cut-out magazine images, which I'm going to draw from and paint from. This I'm actually putting it all together, and you can see very sort of like playing with upside-down lips, putting things in different angles, really kind of mixing up my images to make it really kind of like almost surreal in lots of ways. That bird sitting there with her breast. So I'm gonna have fun with that.
What it has.
So now I'm going to actually draw the image freehand again, and this is quite good fun because I'm looking at all the bits where the cutout paper was, and it's really kind of helping me construct this drawing as well. I will be exaggerating it like I did the last one and pushing my angles and making the face a little larger, and maybe the shape of the body is going to be slightly more pushed to the extreme. So sit back and watch this one develop as we go along before I paint it.
Well, it gets you so bad that a doormat sees better times. But there's time to get back and think up some better lines. Been doing some growing, but I'm scared of you going. So say you don't mind to let me off this. Say you don't mind to let me off this time. Say you don't mind. Say you don't mind. Say you don't mind. Say you don't mind.
You are such a workaholic boy, such a kill everybody's joy.
Alright guys, so this is a finished drawing that I am going to transfer down onto my paper, and I have actually coated my paper in Infinity Black, and I've transferred the drawing down, and now I'm going to paint the drawing in. So enjoy the next clip.
Give me a ring. Please, 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 don't be so long. What are we doing here, my friend? Take a breath, push your pain away. Nothing lasts, it's better that way.
brilliant. So here's the final painting. I haven't actually finished it yet completely. I've got to go back and do some more work. There's the collage that I made to begin with. And then, of course, we've got the drawing that we do to begin with as well from the collage. So that's the process. And that's the final painting, which I need to work more on. Good luck.